Hello, my name is Joe McCullough and I'm doing a test for YouTube. Right now I'm going to test by going in the dungeon quickly and doing a layout and then seeing how the share function works and trying to edit it and put it on YouTube, as I'm planning or hoping to start doing a YouTube channel. Okay, so let's have this as a kind of a mini tutorial. So let's start with how to open a dungeon for those who may not be able to open a dungeon. So you go to one of these, actually let's start from the beginning. Alright, so you start on these steps. You've got your graves over here which you can use to teleport to different places in the game as you unlock them. They are the lamps that you will see throughout the game, and if you haven't played the game yet and you're just beginning to play the game, you will know what I mean soon enough. Then to the right of those you have some more, and these are how you open dungeons. It'll take you a while if you begin the game to be able to do this, but what will happen is you'll get things called chalices, and if you come to one of these gravestones it'll say press the X button. You press the X button. In the beginning you'll want to go for chalice ritual, which we'll do in a second. You can also search for chalice dungeons, or they tend to have special glyphs that you could use to actually open a specific one. So if there's a certain weapon that you're after or certain gems, you could use this and someone can give you a glyph, or you can find them online to access that specific dungeon. But we're going to go over chalice ritual. So I actually just got some new chalices, which is weird considering I thought I had all of them at one point. But we will go for let's go for the Sinister Hexatome Root Chalice. So what happens is, I'm on the chalice. To the right you can see what I need to be able to open it. So you have your ingredients, so your ritual blood 3, tomb mold 3, bloodshot eyeball and arcane haze. As you play the game and you go through dungeons, you can farm them, so you can get all that material. As you get further in the game you can actually start buying them from stores which exist in the game, so I'll show you that quickly. As time goes on, what you can do is you can come to these messages, for example, and on the top where it says buy and consumables, you want to move over to materials. So in the beginning you can't do this, but as time goes on you'll be able to buy this. So you can buy materials here for blood echoes. Blood echoes are the currency of the game, and you get them when you kill enemies or bosses. There's also another messenger shop up the top here. Everything's on fire because I'm right near the end of the game. Ooh, spoiler. Wrong one. I won't say any more about that. Right, so you've got messages up here, and what happens with these is again you can buy more ingredients. But the difference between this and the other one is that this you have to use insight. Now if you look on the top right of mine, it says I have 90 insight. What insight is, it's when you defeat bosses, or if you invade another game and kill another player, or you get items such as, I used them all earlier. But you get items such as a blood dreg, or old man's knowledge, or great old man's knowledge. They give you insight. On the right side where you can see the iron 90, that's my insight. You can hold up to 99 at the most. Actually I will show you. So for example, if I go to my items and I'll use blood dreg, you usually get these if you're wearing a certain rune and you kill an invader or an NPC. So I'll use that. If you look where my insight was, you see I gained insight. Anyway, that's for another day. Right now we're going to open a dungeon. So we press X, we go to chalice ritual, we click on that. I want to open this bottom one here, which is a level 3 dungeon. So I click on that, it says to conduct the ritual. Also it gives you, so in the middle you can see I have all the necessary materials for it. It'll ask me if I want to include a sinister bell, which means if I include that, other people can invade. So I'm going to include that. And then for me to be able to include that, I need to have the arcane haze, which again I have enough there. So I don't have to have that, I can leave it off, but I'll leave it on just because, you know, it helps helps you to be able to open up more dungeons later on. Again, that's a spoiler, I'll save that for another video. But now what you do is, once you've highlighted that, or if you don't want people invading your game, you don't highlight it, you go to conduct ritual. It will tell you you're about to conduct it, ask you if you definitely want to. Yes, I do. I press yes. So the ritual is now being performed, and if you can see, the chalice is now on the gravestone. What happens now is if I click X, it has a chamber of seal. I click on that, I teleport in. Now I'm going to try and do a layer, and after the layer then I'm going to stop, because I'm going to edit this video and then upload it to YouTube. This is just a test for me. But if you're starting with Chalice Dungeons, you're just getting into it and you're new, something you can do for help as well is you can use a beckoning bell if you have insight. If you have insight, because you need insight to do this, you can ring the beckoning bell. Now, little trick, if you don't put a password in, again, maybe I'm going a bit too far here, go to System, Network. Now, here is the online settings. Now, this is password matching. So, for example, if I had a password in there, and I had a friend, I'd give them my password, I'd ring the beckoning bell, they'd ring a small bell, I'll show you that in a moment, and it will allow them to be able to teleport into your game. Usually it helps if you're in the same area, although with dungeons it's a little different, and I'll show you when I finish this layer how it's a little different. But if you don't put a password in and you ring this bell, then other people who are searching, and you do get a lot of people who are searching about a password, you know, they want to come and help farm some materials for themselves or get more insight, they'll actually be able to teleport into your game. Now, if you want to teleport into someone else's game, and you can use this small resonant bell. I can't use it in here. You have to literally walk out. When you start dungeon, you literally have to walk out of the first area, of the first bit, to be able to use it. Now you'd use that if you want to get summoned into someone else's game, and as long as you have a matching password, or you don't have a password and they don't have a password, you can enter their game. But it's a bit random if you don't have a password, because you can enter anyone's game as long as they don't have a password. Right, now I'm going to stop this. But this one is a beckoning bell, and this one is what you'd use to summon people in. Now if you look at my insight, if I use this, you'll see it goes down 1 insight. Now the reason it goes down 1 insight is because it costs an insight to someone else into your game. Now I'm going to stop this because I don't want anyone else coming into my game. But especially in the beginning, that can be very useful. And if you're just beginning and you're really weak, you could get someone stronger to come and help you. Okay, so I've lit that lamp. Now we'll begin. I want to keep this video short, so I don't want to get around too much. And I've got a lot of blood echoes as well, which I really don't want to lose. Before I go in there. Although this is a level 3, so in theory I should be overpowered or OP'd for this. Fingers crossed. So I should be able to do this one relatively easily. Well, I say easily. Alright, so... the dungeons are a very good way of earning blood echoes, and especially when you get near the end of the game, if you don't want to start New Game Plus or MG Plus game for any reason for a while. Sometimes you've got everything unlocked, you don't want to, you know, kind of look everything up so soon. Ooh. And that bell you can hear ringing is the sinister bell. So there's a possibility that someone could actually invade my game. Right, so unless I find the bell ringing maiden and kill her. Now when you can hear the bell ringing, it tends to mean you're pretty close. I don't want to say that people don't usually teleport in, because someone's probably trying to get into a game to invade. Oh, there she is right now. So usually left alone, they can bring an invader in. Oh, I hate these things. Although this one's one of the easier ones, but these can get really, really hard and difficult and complicated. I mean these swords here, where you can just get chopped off and they can drain a lot of energy. Anyway, let's continue on. Ooh. That's a pistol attack. Those guys can be a pain in the backside if they run into you and they get attack on you. Right. Oh, nice. Great leg. I don't have that. Well, obviously, because I just got it. But that's a really good rune, actually. Right. Let's get the bonfire going. Now the point of the dungeons really is you have a boss door, and I'll show you that in a moment. So oh, maybe I need to go back this way. Right, so I don't want to get chopped up. That's obviously if you get hit. But I may actually need to go through there because that might be the... Yeah, I might be the only way to get back, but surely there we go, we can go this way. Save myself the effort. Okay, so that was a pre-lamp room. But what happens is, so usually in a dungeon, you get to the main lamp, which is the lamp where the level kind of really begins. And usually right near to it is a boss door. And this is what a boss door looks like. But what happens is in the beginning when you get here, it's clamped, you can't open it, it's locked by a device. And what happens is the device is here somewhere, or on this lathe somewhere. There's someone who creates enemies. There should be a ladder in here somewhere. Let me find this ladder. There we go. Let me go up and take care of this bell summoning person, otherwise they'll keep endlessly coming for me. Oh, treasure chest. Oh, okay. Right, so what happened is they'll come from where? Oh, they'll come from this side. So basically, first there we go. That the same sinister person ringing the bell. We kill her. All those that work with her or she was summoned die as well. Ah, that spider summoned. You can tell that's one because they're red. Right, so. Now she's dead. Come back here because we're looking for the device to unlock that door. Once that door's unlocked, we can go and fight the boss of this level. Right, so usually I like to go around and explore everywhere of dungeons, but because I want to edit this video, I'm mainly just quickly going through quickly. Usually the lever, because it's a lever, is guarded by a pretty strong enemy. But I'm pretty AP'd at the moment, so I'm not too worried. That locked door, can we open it from this side? Yes, we can. Oh, can we open that from this side? Yes, we can. Which takes us back to where we began. Okay, interesting. But there's poison gas in here. Okay. So it's not there. Ooh, it's got to be up there somewhere. Door. Hidden wall. Right, so what we're looking for is probably... No, it's not. As you can see, we've got some ritual blood there, which... Ritual blood, that's one of the ingredients you need to open the, or to perform the chalice ritual. That's interesting. I really thought the lever would be around it somewhere. I keep wanting to make short videos and end up being longer. Right. Okay, maybe there's a door hidden down here. Aha, there we go. Okay, this is where it is. So I've got another one of these crazy individuals. Fancy this one, I want to get better at them, so any opportunity. Thank you. Okay, so this is the lever I'm talking about. So you'll find one of these in every dungeon. Press X unlocks it. So now it means we have access to the boss area. So through this door. Right, we'll go back up these stairs. You can drop straight down. Now the boss's door, which wouldn't open before, and that's what the lever does. And sometimes you'll get another room in here that you can enter and look around. This one it doesn't seem to have, which is fine. So it looks like we're going to go and fight the boss straight away. So let's get weapons ready. Okay, now I'm not sure which boss this is going to be, and this is going to be very interesting because I really don't want to lose my blood echoes. So let's get this over with. And oh gosh, so I get a nice big strong. I actually do have the bow sword, so I could attack from a distance. But where's the fun in that? Okay. Oh, another piece of advice for newbies or noobs, people starting on this game. Watch your back, because the number one way of dying is getting caught against things, right? Ah, come on. You know what? I wonder if I could. I wonder if I can. This will attack it. Okay. Okay, this will attack it as well. Okay, that's good. Pretty slaughtered. Now if we look, you'll see I've got more insight, also you get some bonuses from them. Okay, so that's the layer done. What you'd usually do is you can light this, well, the beginning layers until you complete the dungeon, and then you'll head past the lamp and you'll get, like, for example, you'll get a ring like this as a lever, and you step on it and it takes you to the next layer. Ooh, let's let it back up again. I'm not going to do this layer because I only want to do the one. So what I'm going to do is there'll be a lamp. When you start a new layer, there's a lamp very close by, or two or so. I'm going to light this lamp. Another sinister bells rung, but we're not going to hang around. Okay, we're going to come out of this dungeon. Okay, now we're at the dungeon. That's how you open a dungeon and that's how you do a layer. Thank you very much for watching. I am going to now go and look at editing this video. So thank you and goodbye.